Good afternoon, everybody. This is Eric with Shockwave RC. Just going to show you what we're up to. So, had some parts come loose. So I took the rear axle set off, my Vortex SS, just so we could service it. It turned out it was these nuts on the axles. Okay. Then I figured since I had the front off, I wanted to take the rear off. To reservice it as well. So to get the front off though, I didn't realize it was going to be this easy. I thought you had to take everything off from the bottom, but all you have to do is remove this upper subframe, which everything else is bolted to, and then unscrew this axle from right here. And I have the steering mechanism off because one of them broke, but it sits down on these pins, and this one's for the exhaust. So what I'm going to show you is even though this is higher off the ground than the Shockwave, it's the same chassis, and I just don't have nor the time or the money right now to buy a part or wait for a part for the steering. So I'm going to show you how I can take that part off from my Shockwave here. So, as you can see, they use a similar skid pad. All I gotta do is take this upper part off, have the power cell out, and I will be able to get the steering link part I need. So, let me set this aside with the axle off. So here's the part that's broke. The arm right there. You can't really see it very well in the video, but we're gonna scavenge it from this oh come on, brain work. This Shockwave. So don't need that on there. That's right. This one nut has to come off the top, bearing that it cooperates here. Get it off here. Find this cooperates with me. Sorry about that. We gotta keep the screw from moving on the bottom side so we can get this nut off. And then there's 4 screws we have to do after that on top. Seems complicated, but it's not. I'll show you guys. This is the hardest part right here, just getting this nut off. And we're not going to remove the axles, so we just have to remember that when we're on the bottom side here. So that's the nice thing about the 1/10 scale Nitro cars that Redcat has. Most of the parts are interchangeable. So they may have a different body, and the way stuff mounts up for the body may be a little different. Like this has a fin and it sits lower to the ground than the Vortex. But this whole upper frame is the same, and I'll show you. So let's get these upper screws off, because it bolts to the skid plate and to the differential housings. Now we gotta undo it from below. There's not really that many screws that do it from below. So, got one here. These two we won't touch, these ones we won't touch, and these ones we won't touch. This car has had a hard life. I do have a new skid plate for it, but since I'm scavenging parts off of it, maybe a good time to change that out. So I think I forgot one other screw up top, but we'll check here in a second. Pretty easy to work on. Easier than I thought, to be honest with you, to get this upper frame off. I've been avoiding trying to pull the upper frame off on this Shockwave because it needs a new skid plate, because I thought it involved a lot. Well, it doesn't. Get that off. Oh, we got this screw that's got to come off right here. One more on top. And then what else are we missing here? Okay, now we'll just take the link off the steering here. And there's the whole frame. So, pretty cool, huh, right guys? So, there's the subframe for the Shockwave. These are the parts right here I need. So we do have to take this axle off because it uses the same bell link setup on the Vortex. So there's normally 6 screws. Of course I'm missing one on the front. That happens every now and again. Generally speaking, you know if it's a bottom screw on these is the head is flat so it can countersink into the skid plate. If it's a screw on top, the head won't, above the skid plate, the top is rounded a little bit. So that's kind of how you can tell if you have a bottom skid plate screw or upper. So, one last screw here. So there, we have the front clip off right there. So, this is the part I'm scavenging. And let me double check which one it is. I need this one right here. So, and it screws on here. There is a lot of screws. It's not hard to work on, but there's a lot of screws, so I would recommend something to keep your screws in, especially if you're taking a car like my Shockwave apart and gonna put it back together later, so you don't lose everything. Just tidbit of you know, do this from experience. So parts together there. This is the link for the Vortex. That we need. Just put it in the bag so we can put this all up. I'll just put it with this one just so I know where everything's at. I mean, might as well keep things together, right? So there's a screw. So while I'm working on this, I need to give some shout outs to people. Dave at Dave's RC. Who else? Skip Build RC. He's a great guy. He stopped drinking a few years ago and uses the money from that to to pay for his RC hobby. So he's doing it for a good cause. There's also, who else? RC Weaving FPV. He's another good guy to follow. Delaware RC man. The Craft King #1. Jess RC. England. He's another good one. Jess RC. RC Women FPV. Who else? Craft King #1. But shout out to all my fans, even if I'm forgetting names here. I'm sorry. This channel is as much as your guys' as it is mine. Just beware, I'm going to school now, so I might not get to always post videos as often as I was, but I'm going to keep doing this. So otherwise, I wish you all have a great day. This is Eric with Shockwave RC, out.